Khloe Kardashian is determined to support Scott Disick, even though Kourtney has moved on. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Khloe Kardashian and Scott Disick have always shared a close relationship that has made some people wonder if their bond is real or just for television. Many viewers think the way they act with each other on their family's reality shows is just for attention, but people who know them personally say their connection is not fake at all. A close source has shared that Khloe and Scott are very genuine with each other and spend more time together off camera than the public realizes. Whether or not Khloe's older sister Kourtney Kardashian likes it, their friendship is real and has lasted for many years. Scott has been part of Khloe's life since she was very young. She sees him as a member of her family, and she says that he will always be family no matter what. According to someone close to them, Scott treats Khloe like a sister. He's always been very protective of her and has stood by her side during many hard times. He's been a strong support for her, especially during difficult periods in her life, like when she was going through her divorce from Lamar Odom and also when she had problems with her ex-boyfriend Tristan Thompson. When Khloe was heartbroken because of the things Tristan did, Scott was right there by her side. He tried everything he could to help her feel better and support her. He was also there for her when she was dealing with all the emotional pain from her failed marriage with Lamar. The person close to them explained that in Khloe's eyes, Scott has always been someone she can count on. He's been loyal to her through so many ups and downs, and because of that, she is not willing to let go of her friendship with him just because her sister Kourtney has moved on with her life. Khloe is not talking badly about Kourtney behind her back when she's with Scott, and she says that she's not telling him Kourtney's secrets either. However, it seems that Kourtney is not so sure about that. The source shared that Kourtney feels a little uncomfortable with how close Khloe and Scott still are. She's suspicious that Khloe might be talking about her with Scott or sharing private things. What seems to have made things even worse is the fact that Khloe chose Scott as the first guest on her new podcast instead of her own sister. That decision, according to the source, says a lot about how things really are. It made Kourtney feel pushed aside, and it's clear she doesn't fully trust the relationship between Scott and Khloe. On the other hand, Khloe doesn't seem to understand how her sister feels about the situation. When the topic comes up, she gets very defensive and insists there is nothing wrong with her friendship with Scott. Kourtney and Scott ended their relationship in 2015 after being together for 9 years. Even though they are no longer a couple, they still share the responsibility of raising their 3 children, Mason, who is now 15 years old, Penelope, who is 12, and Rain, who is 10. After her relationship with Scott ended, Kourtney found love again with Travis Barker, a well-known musician who plays the drums for the band Blink-182. The two of them had been friends for a long time before they started dating in early 2021. Their relationship became serious, and they got married in a small civil ceremony on May 15, 2022, in Santa Barbara, California. They followed it up with a big and beautiful wedding celebration in Portofino, Italy, on May 22, 2022. Not long after, Kourtney and Travis welcomed their first child together, a baby boy named Rocky 13, who was born on November 1, 2023. Even though Scott is no longer with Kourtney, his presence in the Kardashian family hasn't faded. Khloe recently invited Scott to be the first guest on her new podcast called Khloe in Wonderland. During that episode, the two of them talked about how people have been guessing for years that they might be more than friends. Their playful behavior and comfort around each other often lead fans to think there might be something romantic going on between them. Scott shared that even his late parents, Bonnie and Jeffrey Disick, used to ask him about the rumors. He said that they used to joke with him, asking if he had gotten Khloe pregnant. Scott would play along with them by joking, saying, "Yes," just to make them laugh. Of course, Khloe quickly interrupted him during the podcast to make sure people understood he was joking. She made it clear that Scott never got her pregnant and that nothing like that ever happened between them. Khloe also told her listeners that many fans had been asking to hear a real and honest talk between her and Scott. She said she even did a poll to see who people wanted as her first podcast guest, and Scott was the #1 choice. She admitted that there were two common questions people kept asking: whether she and Scott had ever been together in a romantic way and why the two of them weren't married. When she asked Scott on the show if they had ever been together that way, he joked loudly, but Khloe quickly shut down the idea by firmly saying, "No, we haven't." Scott then took a more serious tone and explained that it's crazy for people to think that he and Khloe were ever involved like that. He said it didn't make any sense because he has children with her sister, Kourtney. He made it clear that they are not soulmates and that while he may say silly or outrageous things sometimes, it's all part of his personality and not meant to be taken seriously. Khloe agreed, adding that if they ever had been a couple, people would have judged them very harshly. She said that the idea itself was upsetting and that people would not have accepted it. Through all the rumors and public judgment, Khloe and Scott have continued to have a strong bond that seems unshaken by outside opinions. Their friendship has grown over the years into something that feels more like family than anything else. Khloe continues to stand by Scott, and she feels grateful for all the times he has been there for her, especially during the hardest parts of her life. Whether the rest of the world understands it or not, their bond remains strong. As Kourtney continues her journey with her husband and their growing family, she may still feel unsure about how close her sister is with her former partner. But Khloe doesn't see anything wrong with the way things are. She believes in loyalty and thinks that just because someone's relationship changes, it doesn't mean they have to disappear from your life. That belief is why she remains close to Scott even now, despite Kourtney's feelings. Scott has been someone who made her laugh during tough times, gave her strength when she felt weak, and reminded her that she deserves to be happy. That kind of support means a lot to Khloe, and she's not going to let it go easily. No matter how things may look from the outside, Khloe and Scott continue to be there for each other in ways that only true friends or family can understand. Their bond might not fit into what some people expect, but it's real to them. While others may gossip and assume the worst, Khloe chooses to stay true to what she believes and who has been there for her. As long as Scott remains the loyal and caring person he's always been to her, she will continue to keep him close, no matter what others think. Even though Scott is no longer with Kourtney, his presence in the Kardashian family hasn't faded. Khloe recently invited Scott to be the first guest on her new podcast called Khloe in Wonderland. During that episode, the two of them talked about how people have been guessing for years that they might be more than friends. Their playful behavior and comfort around each other often lead fans to think there might be something romantic going on between them. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.